G'day folks, it's Cortezerino, and welcome back to the Patreon server, and we're doing something very, very interesting right now. I think I am getting lazy in my old age. I don't think I have ever bought glass from villages before, but I really can't be bothered going off to the desert to get some sand right now, and I'm not entirely sure I can remember where the desert is. And I think while we're here... Oh gosh, someone's turned the weather back on. I hate that. I don't think we'll be doing a time-lapse anytime soon. Okay, while we're here we should get some bone meal. And Bobert built all of this, so I get a little bit confused about where to go. I think it's down here. Yes, this is it. So this is our bone meal farm. Okay, that's just bone meal. That's bone blocks. That's what I want. Okay, it's a little bit unfortunate about the weather, but let's get a nice look at what I've been up to. I haven't made a ton of progress, but the mountain is starting to come along. I'm up to the snowy layer, and I'm actually trying to throw in a little bit of detail as I build this. So I was originally just going to build the entire mountain out of stone at the top, but I thought, okay, why not? While I'm here, let's throw in little bits of shading. So I've got some wool up there, and no doubt it is going to look like a dog's breakfast when it's done. I'm sure as I complete more of it, I'll come back and have a look and go, oh, that's ugly, and have to change it all up again. But I figured while I'm placing the blocks, we might as well try and get some detail in there. And oh, goody, this is still here. So I was hoping Bobert wouldn't take this down. This is the palette that I have chosen. And so we're going from, I think that's tough, to the mossy cobble and then andesite. And I've just got different shades. So we'll be using a lot of the diorite in the end, I think. But yeah, so down the bottom of the mountain, we're using the darker stuff. But I will get to the lighter stuff later. Hopefully it won't look terrible. Okay, we will get out of the rain in a moment, but what we're doing today is working on the great big storage room. So I've got this part finished. It's looking pretty cool, and I've got a little space up the back here where I'll be putting in a super smelter, which I should probably build sooner rather than later. I haven't got anywhere to smelt at the moment. It's pretty bad. But yeah, this part of the sorting system's working great, but it is small. And we need tons and tons of storage. So I've got 2 hallways here, and we're going to be building 2 massive storage rooms. But before we do, I've decided to go with a little bit of mud bricks for my color palette, which I haven't really planned out. So I might as well build a little mud farm. And that's what I needed all the glass for. We're going to make some glass bottles. And then I'll also need a little auto wheat farm as well, just to make the mud. So I'm thinking I might actually build it down here. I've got a dodgy little concrete converter that I just put down here, so why not continue the dodginess and just build some more little farms next to it? I kind of like the idea of just having a huge space for dodgy farms. I think it'll be cool. Oh, check this out. I won't go into too much detail yet, but I have begun a little bit on the storage system. Look at this monstrosity. It is completely over the top, but this is my bulk storage area. So it's basically a shulker box loader, and then we send all the items all the way back up to the floor of the storage room. And I'll show you that in action, I think, when we're done, because it's just going to seem stupid. And to tell you the truth, it might be stupid. Okay, I'm going to get the goodies I need to build these farms, and then we will get started on this huge project. Gosh, I probably don't have enough redstone. Yes, I absolutely did not have enough redstone, and I still don't. But unfortunately, guys, I feel like I have spent more time here at the villager trading hall than actually working on the storage system. And that's not just because of the redstone. I ran into a tiny problem because I needed honey blocks, and courtesy of Bobert, we do have an awesome bee farm over here. But because we had no glass, he just set it up with shears, and so we didn't have any honey bottles at all. So I had to spend a fair bit of time last night running around trading for glass so I could fill at least one little section here up with some bottles. So now we have a little bit of honey coming in, so I've got a few blocks of it over at the trading hall now. But yes, they are coming in pretty slow. I'll take them along with me. But look at all this. We've got all this honeycomb for I don't know what. And I'll show you what I needed the honey blocks for. And this is my new little access point for the storage system, because we'll need to program it with all the items that we want going in. So I've put some little walkways in here, so we'll be able to find stuff later on. So I've got the bottom storage in already, and I'm just starting on the next one. But this is how we are going to transport items around the storage system. I'm using water streams, so I'll have items dropping into this section here. And what they'll do is they'll turn this corner, they'll hit the honey blocks, and that means it'll put them right on the edge of this line of ice. So they'll be just over the hoppers. And I've got these programmed just with named items at the moment, so nothing goes in. But let's actually throw an item. I was going to throw my pick in there. I want to make sure I get stuff back. I don't want to throw that in, but let's throw a rocket. And you can see he's right on the edge there, so the hoppers will accept that. So they should travel around this system very, very quickly. So I've basically got weird versions of Impulse SV item sorters here, just with the redstone all crazy, so I can fit in a whole bunch of them. Oh gosh, I'm stuck here now. Let's fly around. And you can see I've put in a fair bit here. So we've got level number 1, that'll be these chests here, and that chest has an extra double chest just behind it of extra storage, and each of these is going to be like that. I might go into a creative world and show you the slice that I designed. If I can find it, I have quite a few item sorters in here. Okay, I couldn't find it, so I just cut myself out a little slice of the design I'm working from. So there are lots of these designs that you can pick up online that other people have built, but I wanted to build my own one. So this is what it's going to look like. I'm going to have 4 storage chests that I can access from my tunnel, and each of those chests will have another double chest behind it, so it's tons and tons of storage. And then they've all just got little funky item sorters running off them to sort the items. And this is interesting. So I've got the water streams actually running along the hoppers, whereas the items are just on the edge. So the water will still push them, but they'll kind of be on the ice. So they'll be moving super duper quickly. So I've built so far this little section down the bottom, and I've got all that to go. And that took me 2 days. And it took me 2 days because I've been having a few lag issues, as you can probably see right here. Why are you opening? Close. Oh gosh, what's happening? This is the problem I always have with multiplayer servers. You see, we always host them somewhere in the Northern Hemisphere because that's where all the players are, and it makes it super quick for them. But I am on the underside of the world, all by myself in Australia, and so it's always a lot slower for me, and Australian internet sucks to start with, so I always get a little bit of lag. And I ended up working on this until about 8:30 at night, and then like clockwork every single night, it just becomes unplayable. I can't open chests or anything, so I'm not being able to grind this out as I would like to. I only get a few hours a day to play on it. So I'm really starting to doubt I will get this finished this episode, so I might as well show you this monstrosity. This is my bulk storage system. So basically, once the items go through the entire system and end up just about in the output section, I wanted to send them through this just to collect all the things that we have tons and tons of. So basically, it goes around the ice stream here, gets sorted and gets loaded into the shulker box, and then just goes up the dropper item elevator to a chest all the way up there. And then I can access those chests just through the floor here. And I thought this was cool because I've got 10 chests here and another 10 just over there. But if I ever find it that I need way more bulk storage, I can just put another one in the floor up there. But there is something else a little bit cool about this. You can see we've got a double piston extender there. That is also a block swapper, and I didn't bother looking up a design for this. I designed it myself, so it's probably not compact, but I think it is super cool. And the block swapper is the reason I chose to put this thing in the first place. So check this out, guys. Imagine I have programmed this first chest to accept andesite. What I can do is just place the block right there, and maybe we've got diorite in the next one and granite in the next. I can just mark them with the blocks, and then when I hit this, they go bye-bye. And when I hit it again, boom, they come back. So I thought that was super cool, and that is why I built that massive monstrosity down the bottom, just because I thought this was cute. It is pretty cute. So all that happens here is we've got a little line of sticky pistons there. So when I hit the button, this sticky piston will come out, grab that, and then pull it back into this section here. And then below our feet, there is a double piston extender that just pushes these blocks up to there. And now I have to fly out. Okay, let's go look at my little dodgy farms down there. Oh, check this out. See, I told you I didn't have anywhere to smelt. I have to keep setting these things up. Let's go and have a look. It's looking super dodgy, which I absolutely love. So we've got our 3 farms now. That one's just a concrete converter. So this one is my mud farm. I say my mud farm. It's Ilmango's mud farm. And once again, because of lag, I can't get this to work as fast as I would like, but you just put a block of dirt there, it gets turned into mud, and then you mine it and place your block again. So that's handy, and right next to that, I've got my little wheat farm. So, oh, I took all the seeds out. That was silly, now I can't run the thing. I have to get more seeds. And I never have a shortage of wheat seeds. I always keep them just in case I ever want to build a big wheat field somewhere, but I doubt on this Neverland Island we'll be doing that, so maybe I can get rid of them. So this one's pretty simple. You just flick the lever, plant your seeds in there, and we get lots of wheat for crafting the mud, although I don't know how much mud I actually need. And I might have the design for the storage system all done, all the redstone for it all worked out, but I don't have the decorations worked out at all, so I am completely making this up as I go along. So basically I'm trying to make this like home underground in Neverland, so we're supposed to be under the ground, maybe a dirt floor, maybe a grass floor. So I'm just throwing things in. It's going to be a really brown, weird color, and it's very weird for me because usually when I do storage systems it's all white and clean, but yeah, we're going for quite weird textures and colors here, and I actually have no idea what it's going to look like when it's done. So I am going to keep grinding on this for as long as possible before I get kicked off again because of the lag, and hopefully I can get you something nice to look at by the end, although it's probably just going to look like this but a little bit taller. Oh wow, it just started raining again. We have really got to get this weather turned off. As soon as I go to record, it starts raining. So check this out. We are constantly getting trolled by the Patreons on this server, so this was nice. It scared the bejesus out of me when I first came in here, but yeah, look at this. Look what they did to our portal as well. I don't know. Oh, guys, earlier in the video, I was smelting cobblestone to get stone to make repeaters and comparators, and then I realized I had watched a video of Bobert building a stone generator. Look at this. Why on earth was I smelting all of that? So anyway, that was lovely. I didn't have to continue with the smelting, but the storage system is now done. So let's go have a look in the rain. Check it out. This thing is pretty much oversized. It's probably bigger than we need, but I don't know. Bobert said he wanted a big storage system, so that's what I've given him. So here is the, you know what? I can do commands on this server. I am going to clear this weather. Oh, wow. Why didn't I do that earlier? This is lovely. This is lovely. Okay, this is much better. So here is my idea for how this storage system works. So we've got the multi-item sorter here, a Cortezerino original design, and basically every single item that we own will be in this section. So if we're just grabbing a few items, we don't need to run off down the hallways. But this isn't big enough for everything. So in the stone section here, that stone is going to fill up real quick, so we need to store it over there. So we've got 2 hallways. My idea for this is that I would place the items in the hallway that sort of corresponds with where it is in this system. So I've got 8 lines of chests on each side. So the first 4 lines, if the item is there, then I'll put it on the left-hand side over here. So I've got my stone, I've got my cobbled deep slate. So anything that passes through there and can't find a spot will end up over here. And then the second lot of 4 chests, if the item is in that, then it will still be on the left-hand side, but it'll be on the right-hand side of the hallway. So up here we've got our netherrack. So that way, if I need an item, I don't have to go, oh gosh, where is it? I can tell by where it's placed here, I can tell where it's going to be in the storage system. And even though there is tons and tons of storage here, so this is 2 double chests worth, that will fill up as well. So we have the bulk storage here. And you can see I've already programmed this with netherrack, although we haven't had any shulker boxes come into that yet. Okay, so I will put items into the input chest there. They will flow through the entire system. And then rather than go straight into the output chest, when they go through this, they will go up this dropper item elevator and into a water stream. And I just used a dropper item elevator, so all the clicking of that last dropper would be all the way up there, so I don't need to listen to it. And I've also rigged it up with another input chest, so if I've got lots of items and I don't want to have to wait for them to go through that system because I know they're going to end up in the bulk storage, then I can just feed them straight into here. So I will change this though, because currently this dropper item elevator is controlled by the same clock that runs the storage system here, and it is a bit slow. It's timed for the multi-item sorter, and I want it to be a bit quicker. So I think I will be throwing another one in to this tiny little space, although that is a job for future Cortez. Anyway, let's get up there to the top of that water stream. So I've got my little access passages around here. And then up the back, I've got these little signs. So when we need to program this thing, so this is the 4th level, we can come in here and I can access the different hoppers. So I can throw the items in there so they'll be sorted. And this was something I needed to think of when I was designing this. I needed to be able to actually access all of these. So you can see I've got a 2 tall gap here, so I can actually walk through the thing. And check this out. So the water's on top of the hoppers, but the item will be traveling just on the edge of this ice and get pushed along by these water streams. It's so cool. And you saw this trick before where the items come along here, they hit the honey blocks and get right on the edge of that ice. And then I just have slabs after that so they don't get interfered with. But for some other corners, I couldn't use the honey blocks because I needed the items to be on the other side of the ice. So the trick for that is to use 2 sea pickles. So the items will come along, hit the edge of them, and this time they're lined up on the other side of the ice. So basically the items come up here and they do a huge lap of the entire storage system running all around the very top item sorter. But after that, they don't go back at the same level. What it does is it just drops down here into this section and then it drops again. And basically I do this entire section here before I move on to the next. And that's because I didn't want to block off this passage at the end here, so we might want to put a room in here later. So I've got an ice stream up above, then it does that whole section, and then just below I've got another ice stream before it comes over and does that section, and it just keeps repeating. And that way as well, I don't block off this area. See, I've got the ice stream up the top, and then another one down the bottom, and I can just build the floor straight over that. And for the decorations on these walls, rather than just having a plain spruce color or something like that, I've just done little patterns like this. So it's nothing super special, and a lot of it will end up covered by item frames later, but I don't know. I think it looks pretty cool for a dirty underground base. I still don't know what I'm going to do with the ceiling. I think I'm going to have lots of hanging glowberries and things, but again, that is a future Cortez problem. Oh yeah, and the very last thing that happens is once the items pass through all of that storage above, they then come down here to the bulk storage, and they do a little loop around here. Whoops, can I get up? Yes, I can. And then they come all the way down here into this dropper item elevator, and then that just takes them up. Takes them up to my original output chest right here. So that is the entire loop, and I think we are done for the day, guys. And I'm actually really surprised. After spending a few days on this and getting next to nothing done, I really didn't think I'd be able to grind it all out, but I've been working hard and we did it. So I hope you will join future Cortez for all these crazy jobs that I've left him. I don't feel good for future Cortez. He's got lots and lots of work to do. But for the time being, we are done. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.